be right back with the final segment. Don't go away. You're listening to Freedomlink Radio.
Welcome back. This is Gwen taking us into the last segment of our show tonight. We have Bob Chapman from the International Forecaster joining us, and we were, before we went on break, asking Bob about the commodities market and what that will translate into in terms of goods that we purchase at the market. So, Bob, take it away.
Well, we've had about a year and a half of extraordinarily bad weather, floods, droughts, all kinds of problems worldwide. And on top of that, we've also had people who have been leaving the stock market and the bond market and going into commodities. And that has pushed commodity prices up, and that means the things that you buy are more expensive. That's going to continue probably for at least another year. And so I can see a doubling of commodity prices again. And, of course, what companies have been doing is reducing the size of packaging and weight and things like that. But that is sort of a law of diminishing returns now. And they're going to have to start raising prices probably 8, 12, 15%, and then they'll raise them more afterward. And that's why in looking at the situation as far as prices are concerned, you're guaranteed higher prices. There's no way you can do it. There's no way you can get around it, I should say. And that's going to continue because people want safety. And the only safety is in gold and silver related assets.
There's a question in...
Go ahead.
There's a question in the chat room, Bob, and I'm not familiar with this, so I want to ask you, but they're asking this person's husband has about $10,000 in a 401k. Should they pull it?
I would, because sooner or later they're going to come after all of these retirement plans. Probably the exception might be the Roths because the taxes essentially have already been paid. And so with that said, the rest of them could become property of the government. And not that you won't get compensated, you will. The problem is the government's broke.
Yeah, treasuries. And you get like 2 to 3% a year, but forget that because inflation is so much more, so you end up losing it. You end up losing your shirt.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the answer is yes, get rid of it. Pay the taxes and invest it in gold and silver, coins, bullion, and shares. And incidentally, for those people out there who would like information on that kind of stuff, they can email me, and I'll give them the stocks to buy, free copies of the publication, answer all their questions. There's no charge or anything. And all they have to do is go to Bob, B-O-B, at INTFORECASTER.com, Bob at intforecaster.com, and you can get all the information you need.
That's fantastic. And they can subscribe to your newsletter at your website as well, right, Bob?
That's right, or they can email. In fact, I have a toll-free number here because a lot of people are not on the Internet. That's 877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178. You can get a free copy there, and you can also get a free subscription, and there's a deal that they offer there. The deal is really terrific. So my answer to the question is, please just email us, and we'll help you.
Very, very good. So with all of this happening, what do you think the timetable is? Do you see an eventual collapse of the system? And if so, how long do you think it'll take for it to kind of unravel all the way? I mean, as if it's not already unraveled already.
Well, it's in process. I'm putting a time frame on it. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Well, you know what I find, Bob?
We don't know what they're doing on the inside, and half the time they don't either. And so we know it's coming. Prepare for it. Don't worry about the timing. Just protect yourself.
Yeah. Now, what would you say? I mean, outside of gold and silver, would you say the next two precious metals would be brass and lead? Because aren't you you're a pretty good shot yourself, aren't you?
Oh yeah. The government trained me well.
Well, that's good. Fantastic.
I can shoot just about anything.
Well, that's awesome, Bob, and I really do appreciate you coming on tonight. Again, folks, it's the International Forecaster, right, Bob?
TheInternationalForecaster.com.
Very good. TheInternationalForecaster.com. Thanks for coming on the show tonight, Bob. It's been a real pleasure having you, and I hope to have you again real soon.
Well, thank you. Just let me know, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, yeah, I mean, what a fantastic fantastic guest to have on, Bob Chapman. Again, folks, TheInternationalForecaster.com. You can catch him there. And I'll tell you, Gwen, things are not looking good. I mean, the economy's one thing, but when you're talking about, like that video that surfaced from the Department of Homeland Security that pretty much makes anybody that's listening to this show, that makes anybody that even believes about holding government or your police or anything like that accountable, you're a terrorist. When really it's the exact opposite. Who's the real terrorist? Who's the one that's causing all this financial terrorism and the police state terrorism? That is so absolutely crazy. I can't take it. What do you think, Gwen?
Oh, I agree. And like we were talking earlier, it's like everything is totally out of control now. They're asking in the chat room about that video. You can see it at Intel Hub about the
the video. Yes.
Training video for the Department of Homeland Security, making all of us basically terrorists unless you're a Muslim or gay or Mark Potok down there at Southern Poverty Law Center. You're a bad guy, and they're coming after you. Oh my!
Yeah,
God.
I mean, it's funny when you watch that video. The first thing that I keyed on to was the fact that they automatically vilify people with video cameras, and we're seeing that more. They don't want to be made
accountable. They do not want to be made accountable. There's been such an outrage of this militarized, jackbooted thug cop stuff going on, and people film it and it goes viral, and then people are calling from all over the globe trying to make these people accountable, and they don't like it.
No, I know they don't.
You don't like it, then act right.
And what's bad is it's our job. It's our job to hold to hold government accountable, because
it's our duty.
Exactly right. It's exactly right, Gwen. And so many people have lost focus of that. They think it's backwards. And that's that tiny dot video. That says it all. I love that stupid video because the tiny dot video really says it all. Who has the power? The people have the power. The people don't realize they have the power, but they have the power.
The Constitution never gave any protection to the government whatsoever. It gave them duties and protected the people and empowered the people. And we do not take advantage of that.
No, you're absolutely right. Now, folks, the next show coming up is Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Freedomlink Radio will be back on the airwaves again. That's Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Next week, we'll be having Dr. Brooks Agnew on the show, and we'll be talking about the awakening that's going on and also Earth changes. And what could be causing those Earth changes from a cosmic perspective? Dr. Agnew has written many books. He's been on the History Channel. He's talked about HARP and all that. We'll have him on next week. And it's always good to have the experts on, especially when talking about these issues, because there's so much disinfo out there about it. But anyway, we're out of time, folks. Wow, the hour goes quick, huh, Gwen?
It does. And what a good guest Bob always is.
Yeah, I love having Bob. But anyway, guys, stay tuned. And again, next show, Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We hope to see you back. Until then, I'm Joe Joseph. For Gwen Caldwell, have a very good evening, everybody. Take care.
We are the children, last generation. We are the ones